What's up, YouTube? Jeep and Bubba here in the Atlanta airport, headed to Las Vegas. Why, you ask? We're headed to the Jeepers Jamboree in Georgetown, California, and check out who's going with. They did. What's up, YouTube? We have landed. So behind me is Russ's Jeep. We are at Motec in Las Vegas. Nathan just showed up. He's been driving since Saturday from Georgia, and we're going to go run the Rubicon Trail. We've got about 7 or 8 hours worth of driving to do to find our camp tonight. Somewhere pretty close to Tahoe, maybe Yosemite, maybe the El Dorado National Forest. We'll find out. Let's hit the road, and I've got lots to tell you, folks. So me and Russ are back at it again. You can kind of see him there, he's driving. There he is in frame. So, flew back out to Vegas, picked up his Jeep at Motec, and we're headed to the Rubicon Trail. So let me fill you in on what's going on here. We're doing the 71st Jeepers Jamboree. Nathan and Russ, we've been talking about this for over a year now, how it's been a bucket list item. I've done it before, so I was like, hey, let's go along, let's do it, let's make it happen. So that's what we're out here doing. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow's the vendor show in Georgetown, and then we hit the trail Thursday at the start of the Rubicon. So looking forward to it. We've got about an 8-9 hour drive to Georgetown, and we're gonna do some camping along the way tonight. And we just flew in today from Atlanta. Russ from Nashville, me from Atlanta. So it's gonna be a long day, but so far so good. For this video in particular, I want to shoot it a little bit different style than I normally do, where I normally do a little bit of talking and try to film as much wheeling as possible. I want to shoot this more vlog style, so I want to try to capture the essence of the trip. So if you're looking for specific wheeling, you might want to just hit that skip button occasionally and look for like the Jeeps flexing and that kind of thing. Or go over to the Adventuruss channel, because by the time this video's out, he's probably got one out showing basically his Jeep, the experience of taking his Jeep on the trail. So you're going to see a lot more wheeling in that video, and I'm going to help film some of that. We're going to drones. So I know this is, if you're watching this, we're from the past, but I'm talking about the future to you, which is very confusing. But we're going to shoot this vlog style, and I'm just going to try to give you my whole experience of this trip. So started at 4 a.m. this morning at my house, getting to the airport. Our flight was delayed. Get into Vegas, get a taxi, get this vehicle, and Nathan's been driving since Saturday, so it's cool that we met up. We're gonna start making our way north, and hopefully the temperatures go down. It's about 108 outside, and looking for a good place to camp, maybe in Yosemite. So y'all buckle up, it's about to be an adventure. Alright, so when you're out west, top tip, bring a couple Rotopacks or some gas cans or something. I keep them on my overland trailer, not for off-roading, but for on-road, because there's so many miles where there's not fuel stops. So we got to a little spot where we're like an hour out from gas, and his light came on, so Nathan's dumping like 3.5 gallons in. Good to go. Making his way, the only way he knows how. That's just a little bit more than the whole line. Straightening the curves. One day the mountain might get him, but the law never will. Alright, vlog, I got a headlamp on. We made it to camp. We're in Bridgeport, California. 3 hours, 15 minutes away from Georgetown. Set our hammock up by the lake. Some kind of hip camp place. It'll do. We'll see you in the morning. Adventuruss. We camped at Paradise Shores last night, and I think it's in Bridgeport, California. Pretty close to Yosemite. Pretty nice place. We got showers, so it was positive. We got 3 hours to Georgetown. Alright, we rolled into Georgetown this afternoon and checked in. Got our wristbands on, so we are official. Usually there's a big vendor show. There's some vendors out there, but not quite as big as I've seen in the past. I'm not sure if they just don't do the vendor show there anymore. That might be the case. But we rode on down to Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's a place where you can camp. They've got a pretty iconic bar there, and it's about 30 minutes from Georgetown. We spent a little time there today. I was going to film, but we really were trying to get supplies. We got food, got some water, and I had a lot of work to do. I had a bunch of phone calls to do. I had an interview I had to do for a magazine, and it was just kind of a busy stop. So we're going to find our campsite now, get set up, and we'll continue this vlog. Good morning, YouTube. Me and Adventuruss are here on the Rubicon Trail. We've got our badges checked in. For me, it's just a check-in. For us, it's a brand new badge. Got our pictures taken. We got our burrito for our breakfast. There's coffee, bathrooms, and they're about to hand us our lunch for the day. We had a good night's sleep out at Uncle Tom's Cabin last night. What a cool, iconic place to go. And yeah, let's hit this trail and see what it's all about. Put in some work. So Russ has relinquished his keys. We made it through Gatekeeper and the big granite bolt, and now we're headed into the woods to do some wheeling. He's let me do some driving, so, little seat time, let's do it.
What's up, dude, bro?
All right, we're a little over a mile and a half in. Got to our first bathroom. I grabbed some Cheez-Its. Got the hood up, just let all the heat out. We've seen multiple people overheating. Seen a guy welding already, some breakages, a few people stuck. So far, we're doing pretty good. Should be a good day. Temperatures have been nice. It's only about 9 o'clock, so we're making a good time. That's the trail snag, right? Yeah. All right. I'll back up so you can winch off of him. There's nothing up here. All right, so Nathan just broke his rear drive shaft coming up the trail, so not too good. We're gonna have to pull him up and figure out what we do from here. So the current situation is straps broke, lost 2 caps, 2 bolts broke into the rear yoke, rear track bar bracket snapped off, and the entire axle has shifted over, bent both rear shocks, and you can see how shifted the rear axle is. So we're working on it.
How you doing?
He's making good YouTube content for us.
Yeah. How you doing?
We'll see.
We got 1-inch weld tacked.
Open something? Yeah, you can open the door.
All right, while we wait, we're making our lunch. We got some chicken tenders and some sub sandwich stuff. Gonna make a sandwich, drink some caffeine, and they're about to weld up Nathan's track bar bracket right over there. So while we're waiting on them to weld it, we're gonna eat a little lunch.
Good angle, hopefully.
Well, we're here about 2 hours, but we think we got it all fixed. Some great guys from Jeepers Jamboree, Rob and Jeff, did some welding, welded the track bar bracket on. Turned out the upper track bar bracket and lower track bar bracket and control arm mount all snapped, broke 2 straps, and lost 2 U-joint caps. Got all that fixed. We're getting back on the trail. Okay, so bad news. We made it maybe a quarter mile. I doubt it. Let little less height, and the welds broke on the upper and lower control arm again. So they're gonna try to weld in some bolts. Now, the welder they're using is like a battery welder, so it's stick welding. It's not like they're making or taking out here. There's not a generator or something like that. So, it's just not the strongest stuff in the material that they're getting to weld to. Is there's not that much. They're gonna try to weld some bolts to it, act as gussets. We'll see. We have some unanswered questions. Should we turn around? Should we continue? What does that mean for Nathan and Julie's drive back? Because they drove all the way out here. What does that mean for me and Russ? We had planned to do the doozy. We had planned to do some of the harder lines today. That's not that important to us as it is getting everyone back safely. I'll say this, 2 days into, it was kind of a rush for me to get into this trip, and I had a guy out, and then he came back like right before I went out of town, and we had a lot of work, busy at the shop, and I had a full-on panic attack, our first day on the road and camping, and I almost just had him drop me in Tahoe. I really just had bad anxiety. So I've been kind of watching what I eat, not drinking caffeine, not drinking any alcohol, and just drinking water, staying hydrated, and I felt good. So I'm glad I actually stayed because I was able to be here and be helpful. But these trips are tough, especially when you're so far away from home. We're 3,000 miles away from home, and I'm just glad I vlogged this because I wanted to share the experience, because I made a post right before I left. You guys see what we show you. So if I wanted to make this all look glamorous, I absolutely could. But I want to show you the reality of it. So, you know, you could better prepare yourself and you can enjoy the experience with us that we're going through. Because the thing is, once we do get to the road and once we do get everything fixed, we're going to be shaking hands and high-fiving and we're going to be like, this is a great trip. But in the moment, like right now, everyone's pretty stressed and worried about how things are going to work out. But that's the cool thing about this video. You get to hang in there in your couch at home or your seat at work, wherever you might be, and find out. So we're just gonna keep chugging along. That's all you can do.
Well, you ought to do the scrap metal.
Yeah.
All right, we're back on the road, and this thing's gonna be perfect as a peach. All the way up. Go, 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 go. Yep, yep. Driver. There you go. Keep going. Stay there. You're good. Yep. Stay in it. Driver. He's not getting either front tire.
Yeah, it's open in front.
Yeah, but he's not getting even a one-wheel peel up front. It's about to go tight. Go ahead, Russ. He's pulling. Passenger, stop. He just blew a bead. Stop! Don't back up. You're holding him up.
Just so we don't change it, just so we know when we dip, there's no movement.
Disaster has struck. Nathan debeaded. Took everything in our power to get it rebeaded. High lift jack, moving it. We're just trying to make it a spider tonight. We were trying to make it a Buck Island. We're kind of basically getting close to the middle of the trail, and it's gonna get tough to get out of here, but we're gonna do it somehow, some way. It seems like Nathan maybe only have two-wheel drive. Something's wrong in the front differential. If we can get somewhere flat where we can camp, I'll tear that thing apart and fix it. Let's see what happens. Just go to the top and just stay there. Come to where Russ is now. You can go a little passenger. Come on with it. Stay driver. Driver, nice! Nice! Hell yeah! So we made it to Spider, which about 4 miles in, about halfway. Everything held up. We're gonna do some diagnostic on Nathan's Jeep. There's some awesome guys here that help guide us in. They're cooking tri-tip. There's a lake we can swim in. So we're gonna get cleaned up. We're gonna get some food. We're gonna figure out what's wrong with this Jeep. Have a good night's sleep. I'm gonna turn you off until tomorrow. We'll see.
I want to say on Intrepidors.
Good morning. So we got taken in by the Spider Lake Rock Rollers, and man, they treated us to some good meals. Gave us a place to camp. Got to stay in a really, really cool place last night. I can't tell you where it's at, but it's awesome. We're gonna hit the trail. We're ready to go.
Come out here on our own, we'd need Jesus.
So we made it to Buck Island. Turns out we had a stripped axle shaft. So they're actually someone who has the right axle shaft. So sure enough, they're gonna try to get one to us. In the meantime, we're gonna jump in this lake here at Buck Island.
All right, we're recording.
Woo! That's cool.
Oh, hell yeah, I bet the shit out of that. No, I'm not stuck this shit out of that.
Yeah, you spent like the whole time.
We made it to camp. We got a drink and we have set up our campsite. So all we have left now to do is to get out in Rubicon Springs, hang out, eat dinner, enjoy. Yeah, come on. Good morning, YouTube. Me and old Rusty, we're hitting the trail, and we just checked out. So we're gonna go hit Cadillac. We just checked out with the Jeepers Jamboree folks. Good time with them. I'll give you a full rundown of camp and a full camp report once we get to Tahoe and back to civilization. So let's get up Cadillac Hill, get Nathan going, get Russ going, get up to that nice observation point, maybe fly a drone, and get back to where maybe there's a hot shower and cell phone service. Let's do this. You can see camp if you look down. Alright, we made it to the parking lot. Easy sailing from here, I suppose. Stay tuned. Plenty of more adventure to be had. All right, guys. We are at the Topaz Lodge near Topaz Lake here over my shoulder, somewhere in Nevada. About 6.5 hours from Vegas. We're making our way back towards Vegas. Our plan originally was to do the doozy. I'll fill you on why we're not doing that. Tomorrow after I get some sleep, I can help Nathan put some new shocks on his Jeep and fill you in on everything tomorrow. All right, just checking out of the Topaz Lodge. As you can see, they have a little casino here. We did it big there last night, unfortunately. But we did get lucky getting off the trail. So basically, Nathan broke his track bars, upper and lower, had to be welded back on the trail, thanks to Stockton, Rob, and Cade. And he broke his rear U-joint. We had to put 2 new caps on it. Had to find some new straps for it. He snapped the straps. Bent both his rear shocks terribly. So yesterday he got some JK shocks, which are pretty close to the length he needs for his Jeep, and replaced those at the hotel parking lot. And he broke his upper control arm. Thankfully, we just turned it into a 3-link, even though it's not really supposed to be, and it's working. Lots of dents, scratches. Russ, he got out with just a few dents and scratches, maybe a few loose bolts, nothing too big. But our 1-day in drive took 2 days, and so we decided to head out a day early and try to hit the road. And we were going to go do the doozy, but we decided that wasn't a great idea with how Nathan's Jeep was performing. On top of that, the Friday night, as I was heading to dinner, I started having a panic attack. So I sat in the med tent for 2 hours. Now for me, panic attacks are usually something I have no idea are coming on, and I'm not sure what caused it. Could have been stress, lack of sleep for a few days, who knows. But thankfully they had a great medic team there, and they got me on just checking all my vitals, and everything was good. So I started to calm down, took myself back to camp, slept, felt better the next day. It just happens. Pause you guys for a second because there was an old couple staring at me going, why is he talking to this random thing? So we stayed at the Topaz Lodge last night because it was about an hour away from Tahoe and got us closer to Vegas. So instead of camping ahead of the doozy, we decided to stay here last night, get showers, which was great. And it was a nice place, good price, beautiful lake. I'll be posting some pictures on social of that. And then today is Russ's birthday. Happy birthday, Russ. And we'll be headed to Vegas. We are staying at the Luxor, so that pyramid chick thing. So that should be nice. I was hoping to do the doozy and get another badge on this trip. I was hoping to do a little bit more adventuring. Vegas is not my favorite place to stay. I'll be there for a day and a half. But you just never know, especially on these long trips, what's going to happen. So you got to be flexible, and you got to stay tough. You got to stay sharp. And, you know, there's been a lot of highs and a lot of lows, but the highs have definitely outweighed the lows. I know it sounds a little cliche, but most certainly have. It's been an amazing trip. We're headed down to Vegas. I'll take you guys along with me. We're just about done with this thing. Y'all hang in there. When I said don't give up on this adventure, I wasn't joking you. Nathan told me to drive into Vegas, 2.5 hours, give him a little break. Let me show you what happened. Our tire passed us at 70. All the studs broke off. We think a wheel spacer might have come loose. And I rode that thing out at 70 from way up there. Turned it sideways on the highway, straightened her out, pulled it off the highway, just barely survived. So, shit happens.
Yeah, the rears are like that.
We're okay, we're alive. We're gonna get it towed into Vegas, fix it there. Keep rocking with us.
Almost like driving a puddle, big puddle or ice or whatever.
It was just like driving on ice in Michigan, but at 70.
Yeah, it's like really short hair. Or like buzz.
I messaged Kaylin already.
Okay.
So it's like an adventure of roadkill today, or an episode of roadkill today. Yours truly is pressing in studs at Motec's parking lot that they so kindly let us use. So thankfully there's some lights. It's a little bit cooler in Vegas at night. Let me show you. Using some washers and lug nut. Thankfully Nathan has an impact. And we got new studs going in. So it should be good to go. So we're back at Motec in the daytime. Nathan's Jeep, right over there. Russ has generously offered to give up his transport to transport Nathan's Jeep back to North Carolina for now. And Russ is going to let Julie and Nathan take his Jeep, his JK, and drive it back across the country. So Russ had transported it out here and was going to transport it back. But because Nathan's had so many mechanical issues, we got it pretty sound. We got it safe enough to get to the hotel last night, but it's just been so beat up on the trail, and there's so many trail repairs done to it. We really just need to get it back to Black Bear and go through the whole thing. So they're gonna transport it. Julie and Nathan are gonna drive Russ's Jeep back, and that'll be the safest way to do things. So kudos to Adventuruss for stepping up and helping them out in that situation. Me and Russ got a plane to catch in about 8 hours. So that'll be good. Yeah, no, just the max you can bet at a time, which is 75 cents. Good morning. So, just landed from Las Vegas. We sat on the tarmac for 30-45 minutes. I'd seen a flight to Atlanta canceled right before we got on the plane. And I didn't think we were going to get in the air. So, we finally got in the air. About a 4-hour flight. It was midnight when we got on the plane, so I got about 2 hours sleep, maybe. So we'll go home and get some sleep. We'll wrap this video up. So it's a couple days after you've seen the last video of me landing in Atlanta. I got home, I got some rest, I went immediately to work, and I've had a few days to think about everything that happened on this trip, and I just got done editing this video and watching everything, and there's some blank spaces where you don't see any wheeling or me talking, and that's because the wheeling got pretty intense and I really had to spot. And there's some moments where, you know, I was trying to film us hanging out in Rubicon Springs and stuff like that, but I just wasn't feeling myself or my best. So there's sections missing where we were going through some hard stuff, and I know it's hard to tell from this video, but it seems like we were up against a lot and that we had a lot of issues, but honestly, it was an amazing experience, and I gained and learned a lot from it. Nathan's made it back home safe. Russ has made it back home safe. I'm back home safe with my family, and everything's okay with our families and our businesses. So, you know, now we can sit back and reminisce, think about the things we might have done wrong or right. But at the end of the day, I know we learned a lot, and it was a great experience. So if you ever think about going out to the Rubicon, really consider using the Jeepers Jamboree event, because not only did they help us by making amazing meals and guiding us on the trail, but we used their medic tents, we used their mechanics, we used all their resources, and they're just a fantastic group of people, and it's an awesome event. So I definitely encourage you to go out and do the Rubicon Trail. And if you're serious about Jeeping and being a Jeeper, obviously take the time and prepare your vehicle, prepare yourself mentally and physically. But it's something you should do. I think anyone that's really truly a Jeeper, that's something they should do. So that's it for this video. I hope there's an epic adventure like this in your future. Eat your prunes. I'm Jeeping Bubba, and we'll be seeing you. And guess what, guys? There's a lot more big adventures coming your way. Thanks for watching this. Please hit that like button, subscribe. This was an epic, epic trip for us, and it took a lot of energy. So I'd love for you to share this and tell your friends about it. Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.